and everything down there. But really, the color is all we're really worried about here. So what the color is gonna look like. Is it cold in here? Jump in, man. I should probably clean my car. Clean my van, you know, right there. So yeah, these samples, I was able to vinyl wrap the plexiglass and everything last night. And now we are going to take them out and look at them under the different light panels, the different Kelvin scale panels, and then resin over them. Because a bunch of them look very similar, you know? So we want to create a bunch of different variations of the same thing. So yeah, this will be fun. All right. Yeah, so these are the panels that I sprayed last night. You know what? Let's look at them just on this thing, because this is a big light panel. It's going to have other color in it. But I'll turn the other panels on too. I just ordered 9 light panel samples, and I got 3 of each color palette. And there's 3, it's not a color palette, it's what color light it is, you know? So I ordered 3 different versions to kind of be able to mix and match all the samples and do all the things. The way I see it, we're gonna need, say we have 3 locations. So if I have 3 locations that I'm showing the product at, you know, like here in the building that we're about to demolish and repurpose, and then the one vendor we already have, renovation flooring. We'll probably have another one that we need on the road that we can take. So that makes sense to get 3 of each. So yeah, this one, I feel like these are the same color, these 2. I'm pretty sure they are, as you can't see them through that thing. It actually looks really good on the daylight version. Let's check it out when you put this same panel. Like, I know you can't really fucking tell right there, but you lose a lot of the warmth, you know? Can you see the difference? Yeah. It's a big fucking difference. And no, this hasn't been resined yet. I'll try to find the duplicate. These aren't duplicates, but I like the warm light a lot better. So these are the big triptych in the hallway, like we talked about. I'll show you the painting that these are taken from. It's this guy right here. So we kind of took like different sections. I don't even think we took any photos from that one because the green would be too light for what we need. So we only got these other 2. Which one do you like, Mikey? You like the warm light? This one or this one?
The bright one, top.
So this one's bright to you. Do you think, I think it just needs more green. I think I'm gonna have to top coat it. I don't know, that's probably my favorite piece. I almost feel like it needs to be doubled up though to get the effect that we're going for. That's not right. I will use some pigment to go over it. These are basically just mock-ups though for the project, because I'm going to be taking a much larger picture of this, possibly a layered version. I don't know, I think I just need to make the sample, but this one has enough color. These other ones are just too light. Anything that's got this like washed out stuff in it, it doesn't backlight well unless there's layers of it, you know? So basically what I'm gonna do now is resin over these. I think I've got one where I'll show you how I make these though. They're pretty easy to do when you have the right tools. So like we bought this little kit. Really it's just like 2 squeegees, felt squeegees, and some razor blades. Basically it's just like installing tint, window tint. Spray some soapy water, peel the stuff off. So I'm gonna cut this guy into 2 separate pieces. So now I just take some soapy water. It's probably too much. I don't really know because I just started doing this. And peel it off the paper. Dude, how cool would it be to have a print set up though? An in-house print set up for the business. That is gonna be cool as fuck when we have that. So we will have it. So try not to crinkle it on itself. Get all the soapy water out. On this one, there's a bunch of bubbles on the back, see? So like I screwed that one up. I think this is the first one I ever did. I think. Anyway, that's how it's done, right? It's pretty cool. And it looks like I got most of the bubbles out. I noticed if you like really rub this stuff, it will scratch even with this felt thing. One good thing about that is I'm gonna resin it anyway. But so I actually have one more of those. I want to go ahead and do the resin work. So I need to set those up. But this light one, this is what I was coming to get. Get another one of these. So we should install it. That's how I remember it. It wasn't wide enough. This one's actually wider than the other one though. So it'll actually cover the whole thing at least. That's the thing that drove me crazy about that sample is it just wasn't wide enough, you know? A cinnamon roll, cheese Danish. That shit was so good. I have a problem. That place is too convenient. It's just right there. I have no willpower. And when they make their shit half off after one, you know, I like getting a good deal just like anybody else, you know, all about it. I kind of want to save some of the gold. You see the other one? Will you flip that over so I can see it? We got the gold in there. That's awesome how you can reposition it on, yeah. I didn't know you could like slide it like that. That's so crazy. Anyway, I don't reuse it. Don't use a new one. I reuse it. So it's not going to be the same pattern. It's going to be pretty close. Pretty close. Figuring out how to work with this stuff though and layering over it. Like just being able to control the base coat every time. Doing resin work over the pattern, you know what I'm saying? You can make so many different versions, customized versions of the same thing. Just allows you to duplicate high quality stuff. I wish I knew more about cameras and graphic design though. I do know that. Because if I did, I would be fucking dangerous. So I just need to like take a class on it. It's not even one of those things that I really want to learn, but I feel like I can put some creativity into it and kind of make it worth my while of actually knowing how to use those tools because they're powerful. I can't remember how I put these or set these up, but I'm just going to put a bunch of different cups. That way they'll be flat, hopefully. Let's try that and see what happens. There's definitely a better way to do it. We could even use those other buckets. It's always better to like paint these with the lights on behind them. It's gonna be fun. I need to get at least one light panel under that one especially. I bought all these light panels in plexiglass, which is expensive, you know, because I wanted to make a bunch of these sample sized, not sample size, but like full size light sculptures like that. I've never just had them in stock. I only make those custom for clients. So I really don't ever have anything for somebody to look at and just buy. Like I could literally put an outrageous price tag on it. People would buy it, but I got to make it, right? This way I've got light coming through it, you know? Not much, but it's something, you know? It's not much. And I don't need a whole lot of resin here. It's probably wet. So what I've learned to do is use the heat gun here because you can control it a little more. Where's my heat gun? There it is. Damn, you got resin all over the controls. You can't even press the buttons, you know? It's stuck on one setting. We shall see. I might have to come back in and lighten them, which means starting over because you can't really lighten them. When I'm finished with it, and I've pretty much wrapped all the edges, although I do see this. So I'll just go through, like touch all the edges to make sure I've gotten them because I want them to wrap all the way. And I'll do that to all the pieces. It looks like I got the edges wrapped at least decent on that one too. Yeah, I mean that looks the best, honestly. Don't you like that one? This light stuff? I think the light stuff actually is really good here. I have a client who has, actually she's a prospect, she's not a client. I have been trying to sell this lady for so long though. So long, so many times. The piece that she originally wanted, she was on the fence about it and like really loved it, but it was a lot of money. And then it sold, and she's regretted not buying it ever since. She's really wanted that one painting. And I have made stuff for her. 3 different times I've made her stuff, and she does the exact same thing. So I just sell it to someone else. And then she's like, fuck, you know, like I should have bought that. But she won't commit. She absolutely won't commit when it comes time for it. Anyway, and now she references that original painting that I sold. Well, I don't have like super high res photos of it, but I do have a decent iPhone photo that I might be able to blow up using AI and still be able to reproduce it. So I think I'm just gonna make that. Be like, hey, look what I got. Let's see what she says, you know? And if she doesn't buy it, I'll just sell it to somebody else. All right, welcome back. It's the following day, and we're just gonna be taking these samples up and seeing how they turned out. And then we're gonna be going to the client's house to see it in their space so we can decide what we're gonna do for the huge piece that we're gonna use these samples for. So come check them out. Did really 4 samples of the same thing, but you can only tell so much with the cups and everything down there. But really, the color is all we're really worried about here. So what the color is gonna look like on the wall, you know? It's got good metallics too. We might actually put a lot more gold in it when it's said and done. But these samples, they've still got drips on the back, but you know, we leave those on there. We do not sand these because they are the thing that holds it onto the Plexi. Plexi is like so easy to delam, so I try to avoid doing any touch up on it, on the back. Scratch it too, and then the light won't come through, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Get some of that going. You see this other one. And we'll probably take the other light panel over there anyway, just to see what it looks like. Trying out the different types of lighting. This is one of my favorite ones actually. I don't know why. It looks a lot lighter. We got this little guy right here. And then this is not for the same project, but for the wall panel stuff. It's all right. It ain't that great. I don't know, I'm just sick of the like super washed out stuff. Sick of it. So we've got our stuff. You don't want to scratch it. Just gonna be nice and gentle with it. And then we're gonna load up. This thing's still drying, which is probably, I don't know, we made the video before with the Floetrol and oil. So the sister piece, the one that we did in the video, is still in the warehouse. I think it's probably dry by now, but I don't know. I'm gonna be out of town next week, so there's no point in moving it between now and then. So hopefully this one will be behind it by about 2 weeks. Yeah, that's really wet right there. So yeah, we're gonna take this other panel too, just because we can. And let's go. Oh yeah, we gotta grab the painting that we're installing too. So I'll come back and grab that in a minute. So it'll be pretty cool in the house, something different.